Look, Jeff, they did it again. They found their way to the Blazor puzzle again.
Yes! Oh my gosh! Here, I thought they were lost.
Welcome to the Blazor Puzzle, episode 44. I'm Carl Franklin from AppVNext, and that's Jeff Fritz from Microsoft. Hey, Jeff.
How do? Good to see you, Carl.
Good to see you.
I feel like conference season is just around the corner, and we're going to get a lot more puzzles as we get into September, October.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. I also think there's a huge contingent of people out there who are new to Blazor and, feel like they can't really jump into these puzzles. So if you want a refresher, go to blazortrain.com and watch some of that stuff. And also, Jeff here has a whole bunch of videos on Blazor. Where can they find those?
Check them out on youtube.com/.net and look for the Introduction to Blazor series that we've recorded out there. There's also the Learn C# with C# Fritz video series. You can find that playlist where I go through and talk about all kinds of frameworks using C#.
There you go. We are your C# and Blazor educators. I hope you stay with us. All right, let's jump into last week's puzzle.
Fantastic.
Okay, so as you saw in last week's puzzle, Jeff put together this demo that uses a virtualized list, and it has too many items in it. Should we do a quick demo, Jeff?
Sure, let's do it.
All right. We ran this. I pulled up F12 to the network tab, and you can see there's like 2.5 puzzles here that are shown, and yet it downloaded 17 JPEG files?
It downloaded 18 images.
And now, of course, as I scroll down here a little bit, at some point it's going to go get the rest of them. Boom.
Yep.
There they are.
And there they are.
Yeah.
So, okay. But the whole point of the virtualize is it's only got 2 or 3 images in the window that it's showing.
Right.
Only download 2 or 3, maybe a handful more that are just off screen and save downloading all that other content. It's 100K a pop. There's 15 images in there that it's downloading at 100K each. That's another 1.5 meg of bandwidth that it's not really using.
Right. So here's the solution, and it's a multi-step solution. First of all, right here on the virtualize, we're going to add OverscanCount to 2. And this is the real important one. What does this do, Jeff?
So the overscan says for this number of extra items that are below the visible area, load those additional ones only. Don't load the additional ones. So by default, it's going to load about 4 or 5 extra ones in there. By setting it down to 2, it's going to measure, here's the number of items that are visible inside the container. That's 500 pixels, as we see there on line 6, and it'll bring out 2 extra ones after that.
Now, we also set the item size to help the virtualize component figure out how big these things are without having to go into the content.
Right. By default, it thinks it's more like a grid where it's a line height that it's fitting inside of there. So if we think about line height for a 500 pixel container, it thinks there's 10, 20 items that are in there, and it's going to do an overscan for an extra 5 or 6 more after that. So this will help to limit it to only the 2 or 3 that actually fit in and are visible inside the box.
That's great. There's one more thing that our winner suggested, and this was a good idea. Change this empty content to a placeholder.
So even if we scan down and we get somewhere where the image isn't loading, we'll get that placeholder showing loading. The empty one will appear if it takes a little bit longer to bring in that initial load of content to present in the virtualized window.
Right. Okay, let's check it out again. Okay. Now you can see we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that are visible.
Yep.
As we scroll down, we get a few more.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll down, get a few more. That's exactly what we expected to happen.
Yep.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
So not bad. We had 3 that were visible. It brought in 2 more that would have been below off screen, and it would have brought in 2 more that would have been above. So it's figured, well, there's 2 below, 2 above, so there's 4 additional. So that's why we see 7 that it loads by default there. You could probably, for this sample, take it down to 1 because we're loading images and they're going to be cached, and eventually we'll compress them to be really small. But for the purposes of showing off and making sure that we're saving 1.5 meg of content downloading into people's browsers, 2 works out just fine.
Yep. All right. So we have a winner that was picked from all the correct answers. And this week's winner is, drum roll, please.
Yeah.
Goran Hellstrom from Gothenburg, Sweden.
Congratulations, Goran.
Yep. Congratulations to you. And for being picked from all the winners, from all the right answers, Goran is going to win one of these. A Blazor Puzzle mug.
Look at that.
You can only get it by playing the puzzle. And we're going to give away a second prize, which will be one of the following.
Okay.
A brand new Tesla Model X with dual or tri-motor options, offering up to 335 miles of range and 1,020 horsepower, featuring a 17-inch touchscreen, wireless charging, a 22-speaker audio system, and advanced autopilot capabilities.
Yeah. I'll take one of those. Okay.
Or
could
be an all-expense-paid week-long vacation to Croatia, including 3 meals at the award-winning Nav restaurant. This cozy little spot is located in the heart of the city and offers a truly unique dining experience. The menu features traditional Croatian dishes with a modern twist.
Wow. Okay.
Or Goran could win one of these. A Blazor Puzzle t-shirt.
Yeah, look at that.
But he's definitely going to win one of those 3 secondary prizes just for playing the puzzle. Seems like more people ought to be playing the puzzle, don't you think?
I'm playing the next one.
All right. Let's get into the next one. We'll see what it is. Roll the music. Okay, so this is a .NET 8 Blazor web app with global server interactivity.
Okay.
And we want to use protected local storage here. Because we're on the server side, we can do encrypted local storage. And that encrypts the data when you load and save it in the browser memory. Okay. So we can just do a quick demo to show you that this is working. Okay. So there's no styling, of course, but if I can save this data and then load it, right?
There we go. Okay.
There we go. Now I can load it again, or if I save it again, the time will update. There you go. So very simply, how can we move this code to a component in a Razor class library?
Sure. You want to be able to make use of your fantastic data storage, time storage component.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just going to take like all this stuff, right?
Sure.
And copy it to my component one Razor, which I've got in a Razor class library. I don't even need this right here. I can just do this.
Okay.
And let's try rebuilding this or building it. That's an interesting error.
Wait,
the type or namespace server does not exist in the namespace Microsoft ASP.NET Core components.
Sure.
Doesn't like this right there. And so the question is, and let me bring up this error again, protected local storage therefore isn't found either. And so the question is, how do we get this working? It seems pretty simple to me.
I'm going to win the big prize. I know the answer to this one.
Okay.
But I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to send an email to blazorpuzzle@epvnext.com.
Exactly.
So that I can win the prize.
Exactly. And definitely don't post your solution on social media.
Well, I'm not going to post my solution, but you know what I'm going to do, Carl? I'm going to post a screenshot of it working. to prove to the world that I solved it.
Yeah. Okay. Good idea. And you should do the same. And don't forget to put puzzle number 44 in the subject line of your email so we know which one you're talking about.
Terrific.
Go get them. Obsess
I will.
away. All right. We'll see you next week.
Take care, friends.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out blazortrain.com and the .NETshow.com for more great content.